Obviously, she is a princess, but she's quite a tomboy. She loves climbing trees, and she's very much an adventurer.
The English royal family may have its share of scandals, but they remain far removed from ordinary people. Princess Charlotte recently proved this distinction. At just 9 years old, she already possesses knowledge that rivals adults and even some prodigies. What's even more surprising is that this level of intelligence is considered normal within the royal household. Known for her feisty personality, a trait apparent even as a baby, Charlotte has always drawn attention. Recently, she shocked everyone by catching an error in her school test, earning widespread attention. This incident has prompted discussions about just how different the royals are from their subjects and how Princess Charlotte was treated after correcting the test error. Even princesses face school tests. On June 6, 2024, Prince William shared an anecdote about his 9-year-old daughter Princess Charlotte while in Normandy. When asked about her by a fan's mother, the Prince of Wales mentioned that Charlotte was taking her exams that day. He admitted she wasn't particularly excited about the tests, but reassured her that it would go well. At the time, Charlotte was in Year 4 at Lambert School, which she attends with her brothers Prince George and Prince Louis. The siblings began attending the school near Windsor in the fall of 2022. While Charlotte may have been acting like any other child, her father's remarks led some to believe she wasn't interested in her studies, a notion far from the truth. During one of her history tests, Princess Charlotte noticed something unusual. One of the questions about the start of the Second World War didn't include the correct answer. Recalling the correct date from her lessons, she double-checked to confirm her suspicion. For a brief moment, she wasn't sure what to do. Palace sources shared that she wondered if pointing out the error might make her seem like she was showing off, but she ultimately decided to speak up. Charlotte hesitated for only a second before raising her hand. Her teacher, focused on his notes, looked up in surprise. The room grew quiet as the other students turned their attention to her. Gathering her courage, she informed the teacher about the mistake on the test. The classroom immediately fell silent. Some students exchanged confused looks, while others simply watched her. Although the teacher's expression remained mostly unchanged, a slight uncertainty appeared in his eyes. He assured the class that he would check the issue after the lesson and instructed them to continue with their test. Charlotte, feeling the weight of her classmates' gazes, dropped her hand and returned to her work. While some of her peers looked impressed, others seemed irritated. A murmur ran through the room, but Charlotte stayed focused, embodying poise and determination in the face of an unexpected moment. Charlotte knew she had done the right thing, even if it made her stand out. As she worked on the rest of the test, her mind wandered. She had spoken up, and now she would have to deal with whatever came next. The moment of reckoning arrived during the next history class. The atmosphere felt different when it began. Everyone took their usual seats, but there was an unmistakable tension in the air. Charlotte sat calmly, aware of the eyes on her. No one said anything, but the question lingered. Would the teacher acknowledge the mistake she had pointed out? As the teacher began the lesson and the class settled, the door creaked open and the headmaster walked in. Silence in the room was complete. He confirmed that Charlotte had been correct. The date for World War II was indeed wrong, and she was right to highlight the error. His voice was steady, but there was a certain respect in his tone as he acknowledged her. For a moment, the room was quiet as everyone absorbed his words. Then a slow clap began at the back of the room, spreading quickly until the entire class was applauding. The applause wasn't just for her correction. It was for her courage in speaking up when staying silent would have been easier. While no one said anything directly, Charlotte sensed a quiet respect from her classmates that hadn't been there before. This wasn't the first time Charlotte had stood out for doing the right thing or for her attentiveness. The younger sister of Prince George, the heir to the throne, she has often shown herself to be the more confident one. According to body language expert Judy James, speaking to the Daily Express, moments dubbed Charlotte in charge have been evident during public events such as the Platinum Jubilee. Charlotte was seen gently correcting her younger brother Prince Louis, trying to stop him from waving too enthusiastically during the carriage procession at Trooping the Color. She also adjusted George's posture while they stood on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the same weekend. During a visit to Wales that same period, Prince William, Kate Middleton, George, and Charlotte greeted well-wishers near Cardiff Castle. While George appeared slightly hesitant to interact with the crowd, Charlotte displayed remarkable confidence. Judy James noted that it's clear from their body language during public events that William and Kate have been teaching their older children how to smile, wave, and shake hands. Though both George and Charlotte still seem a little shy about initiating handshakes, they participate in these adult-like rituals, which are unusual for children their age. Charlotte, however, does not rely on her older brother for guidance. She acts independently with confidence in these formal gestures, rarely looking to George for cues. As James pointed out, Charlotte seems to know exactly what to do on her own. Many who follow the royal family's affairs often refer to the young princess as Queen Elizabeth's reincarnation, while others say she is exactly like Princess and strong-willed and always available to guide her brothers. This has made her quickly become a favorite among the public. However, as the kingdom braces for the ascension of her father to the throne, questions loom over her future. Will the princess continue to carve out her own path? Or will she be drawn into the intense expectations that come with royal duty? Being next in line to the throne after her father and brother, people wonder if the young princess might one day become queen too. Queen Elizabeth II was the UK's head of state from 1952, making her the longest reigning monarch in British history. She was also the head of state for 15 other countries. The Queen and her late husband, Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, had 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and numerous great-grandchildren. Princess Charlotte is currently third in line to the throne, but her chances of becoming Britain's ruler are slim. Becoming a royal is relatively simple if you marry into the royal family, as you are given a title once the union is official. However, to become king or queen, one must be born into the royal family. Prince William is first in line to the throne, and his son Prince George is second. This places them in a solid position for succession. The royal family does not overthink names or titles, and many members closest to the throne will use different titles over time. For instance, Prince William began as Prince William, then became the Duke of Cambridge. When his father became king, he took on the titles of Duke of Cornwall and Prince of Wales. When Prince William becomes king, his children's titles will also change. Princess Charlotte, the first daughter and third in line to the throne, is presently known as Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Wales. However, she might receive a new title in the future. Marlene Koenig, an expert on British and European royalty, was asked to share insights on what titles might be given to royal children. Koenig, who has worked as a news librarian for CNN, NPR, and the Daily Telegraph and written extensively about the royal family, explained how Prince William's future could affect the titles of his children. She also highlighted the differences between Prince George's future and that of his siblings. It is possible that Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis may not receive specific titles depending on how the line of succession unfolds. However, titles are unlikely to diminish Charlotte's potential to shine. She may not realize it, but she made history when her younger brother Prince Louis was born. For many years, the rules of succession in the UK favored male heirs, with boys automatically taking precedence over their older sisters even if the girls were firstborn. For instance, Queen Victoria's first child was a daughter, Princess Victoria, born in 1840. However, her second child, a son born in 1841, became the heir and later King Edward VII. Over time, as society's views on gender evolved, these outdated rules were seen as unfair. Many European monarchies, such as those in Sweden and Denmark, changed their succession laws to follow birth order regardless of gender. In 2011, Commonwealth leaders agreed to a law that ended gender bias in succession. This change was made while the Duchess of Cornwall was expecting her first child, ensuring that whether the baby was a boy or a girl, it would be Prince William's heir. Their first child, Prince George, was born in 2013, followed by Princess Charlotte in 2015. Thanks to this change, Princess Charlotte remains third in line to the throne after her father and older brother. The birth of Prince Louis has not altered her position, meaning Charlotte still has a chance to become queen one day. Her title could change or be restored in the future. Even if she does not become the ruler of Britain, there is still a significant role suited for her in the royal court. Princess Charlotte may one day receive the title of Princess Royal, one of the most important titles in the royal family. Traditionally, this title is given to the eldest daughter of the reigning monarch, honoring both the family and the holder's role in royal duties. Currently, Princess and holds the title of Princess Royal. She is a full-time royal and was recognized as the hardest-working member of the royal family in 2018. In British history, only 7 women have held this title. The monarchy provides the constitution with a degree of long-term stability that is difficult to achieve otherwise. If Princess Anne still holds the title when Prince William becomes king, Charlotte won't be able to take it. However, with gender-equal succession now in place, Charlotte may have the opportunity to hold the title one day. After completing her education, she is likely to get involved in charity work and take on her royal responsibilities as she grows older. Whether now or in the future, Princess Charlotte is sure to achieve great things. She has already shown herself to be a smart, energetic child with a bright smile. She is a loving big sister, especially to her younger brother Prince Louis, with whom she shared her official 3rd birthday photo in 2018. Charlotte has perfected the royal wave, and her parents affectionately call her Lottie. She has a love for olives, the color pink, and takes ballet lessons at Thomas's Battersea School, just like her brother Prince George. The 2 siblings get along very well. In addition to her charm and personality, Princess Charlotte's appearance reminds many of her grandmother, the Queen, when she was young. She may also have inherited strong leadership qualities from her, which could prepare her for an even greater role in the future. For many years, royal children were traditionally raised by nannies and sent off to boarding schools at a young age. Public appearances were always highly formal, with little to no display of affection. However, these traditions saw a significant shift with Princess Diana and her 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Following Diana's more modern approach, William and Kate have embraced similar values in raising their children. Royal expert Ingrid Seward believes this shift could influence other royal traditions as well. William and Kate prioritize their children's happiness, which might lead them to forego sending them to boarding school. Instead, they seem intent on letting their children's personalities guide decisions about their education and future paths. Looking at how Princess Charlotte has been raised over the past 9 years, along with the strong and inspiring women in her family that she looks up to, it is easy to envision her embodying a blend of family love, authenticity, service, and energy. As the future daughter of the King of England, Charlotte may also introduce exciting changes. Being William and Kate's only daughter ensures she will always attract significant attention, with people closely following her style, education, hobbies, and eventual future partner. With her modern upbringing and position in the line of succession, Princess Charlotte's future holds endless possibilities. As the first girl in her family who will retain her place in the line of succession, Charlotte's unique role carries considerable influence. Despite being only 9 years old, she has already begun to distinguish herself with her friendly and down-to-earth personality. As she grows into her role, it is clear Princess Charlotte is well on her way to making a lasting impact. At just 9 years old, Princess Charlotte holds the title of the wealthiest child in the world, making her a billionaire princess. Her net worth surpasses not only the combined wealth of the Kardashians, but also that of Queen Elizabeth, whose wealth was around $600 million. Charlotte's fortune is estimated to be nearly 10 times that amount, at approximately $6 billion. Is richer than both Kim Kardashian and Oprah Winfrey combined. This remarkable wealth also outshines that of her father, King Charles III, whose net worth is similar to the late Queen's. Despite her young age, Charlotte's value exceeds the combined fortunes of William and Kate. Born into the Windsor family, one of the wealthiest families in the world, Princess Charlotte has been surrounded by luxury since birth. She has received extravagant gifts, some of which cost more than an average person earns in a year. For example, she was gifted an 18-karat white gold baby rattle adorned with sapphires, rubies, and diamonds designed in the shape of the Union Jack. This lavish item, worth $45,000, was presented to her by a famous jewelry brand simply because she is a princess. Such gifts highlight the unparalleled privileges of being born into the royal family, where Charlotte's every step is marked by grandeur and distinction. Such a special time for any parent. This feeling is universal and deeply cherished. On the day she was born, London's iconic landmarks, such as London Bridge and the Tower of London, were illuminated in pink to celebrate, a gesture that was unprecedented and came at a considerable cost. In contrast to this joyous moment, when Prince Harry was born, Prince William stayed home, but perhaps this time, they may include little Charlotte. Being born into the royal family does not mean she gets everything she desires, though. At just 7 years old, Princess Charlotte became the wealthiest child in royal, not due to vast sums in her bank account, generous contributions from her parents, or taxpayer funds. Her wealth is instead attributed to her influence on the British economy, particularly how she drives sales and generates billions of dollars for the country. Known as the Charlotte effect, her impact on the fashion world is remarkable. Every outfit she wears becomes a must-have, with countless parents rushing to purchase similar clothing for their children. A striking example is the Breton striped dress she wore at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Designed by British brand Rachel Riley, the dress sold out in just 24 hours, prompting the brand to create a waiting list. However, Charlotte's wardrobe is not limited to expensive designer pieces. Many of her outfits are surprisingly affordable. The Breton dress cost approximately $45, while another dress she wore for her 6th birthday, priced at $85, sold out in just 12 hours. Incredibly, the company sold 6 months' worth of stock in just 3 days. Similarly, her 4th birthday dress was another success and was priced under $100. Charlotte's fashion influence stems largely from her mother, Kate Middleton, a renowned trendsetter. When Kate joined the royal family, she became a style icon, with countless individuals emulating her looks. Kate's unique appeal lies in her ability to combine high-end designer pieces with affordable locally made clothing, making her style accessible to many. This approach not only enhances her relatability, but also provides significant support to local businesses and boosts the economy. While Charlotte is the richest royal child, her brothers George and Louis are also notably wealthy. George's net worth is estimated at $3 billion, while Louis already has $7 million. However, their influence in fashion pales in comparison to Charlotte's, as fashion tends to resonate more strongly with girls. As for the royal family's overall worth and income sources, they do not rely solely on traditional jobs. Instead, they manage a mix of private and public responsibilities alongside businesses that collectively generate approximately $28 billion in total wealth. Although there is a perception that the royals depend heavily on taxpayer money, the average annual cost per taxpayer is just $1.50. The royal family costs around $560 million annually, but contributes an impressive $2.7 billion to the UK economy each year. To provide context, the royal family's economic impact ranks 4th globally, following giants like Google, Apple, and Amazon. A substantial portion of the royal family's income comes from the sovereign grant, which includes properties and farms across the UK that produce hundreds of millions annually. Additional income sources include the Privy Purse, the Duchy of Lancaster, and the Duchy of Cornwall, encompassing various investments, land holdings, and assets. Princess Charlotte, even at her young age, has proven to be a valuable asset to the royal family. Whether or not she becomes queen, she may assume the title of Princess Royal or take on the reins of managing her family's vast business portfolio. What do you think of Charlotte's astonishing net worth and her impact as a fashion icon at just 9 years old? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Exploration Nexus for more content. Be sure to click the next video on your screen. You'll love it.